Hey, what's going on, lords and ladies? Welcome back to my channel, guys. You're watching episode 56 of Bohemian Rhapsody. I am your liege lord, the Godless Gamer. I'm excited for this one. I think we're going to commit a couple murders in this episode, and that's going to help us with our Dynasty of Many Crowns decision. We just have to murder 2 people, and I want to make sure that we get them done this episode, or at least try to get them done. I still need 3 perks in the Intrigue lifestyle before I can safely commit murders, because I want the odds of the murder to be as high as they can possibly be. So I want 3 perks. We need Truth is Relative, Swift Execution, and a job done right. We want to do these murder jobs right, so we have to get these 3. That will increase the chances of the murders happening, because we need them to happen. I got two more marriages for our Dynasty of Many Crowns. The heir of East Francia, his second son, I got him married off, and the King of Africa, his primary heir's second son, I got him married to a dynasty member as well. So the only difference between the ones that we got and these guys is that we need to murder this kid's brother, this ugly pouty-faced idiot, and we need to murder this kid's brother, this blonde, curly-haired, sterile child. We need to murder the both of them, but we want to get our perks. So we're going to try to get them as soon as we can. I might speed 5 quite a bit this episode, just to make sure we get there. And then also in the meantime, we're fabricating claims for this ugly blemish in our realm, the White Russ. Let's see how far along we are. We're about to get 1. So we're going to need to get 3 more after the next one. So we can take all of this in one piece. So that's some conquest that we can get this episode. Hold on. I'm sponsoring something. I want to see what it is. An armor. A set of armor. We're not a living legend yet, so let's try to get prestige. Three more. So we know the game is going to keep telling us that our heir is unmarried, but we know this. We're going to wait to get him married. Now, I took a look around the map between the episodes, and I thought it was interesting. The Muslims kind of they've been pretty fragmented for a while. Like, I'm so used to the Muslims having, like, one huge empire, but maybe this crusade that we led against Jerusalem and won, maybe that was, like, the cause of all of this breaking up. You never know. Catholicism is actually doing very well as well. And we're going to start taking big chunks out of Orthodoxy once we start conquering the Byzantine Empire. So Catholicism is also doing pretty well. Except in the Iberian Peninsula, Spain can just not become Catholic. My sister Debbie insists that making armor suitable for an emperor, she will need more funds. Okay. Just make me really good armor, please. The first poem of the episode, let's read it. The mightiest men must leave this earth, and hope of good words there is no dearth. And when their final hour nears, hope shall they, their name brings cheers. Thanks. No thanks. I'm basically getting a new modifier. I'm getting prestige gain, but I'm going to be trading it for 3 prowess. Is the 3 prowess trade-off worth the 0.1 prestige every month? We aren't a living legend. You know what? Let's put on new armor. And I'm going to give this armor to one of my knights. I'm going to give it to Sir Fahrenheit. He's my best knight currently, and I know for a fact that I haven't given him any armor. And he's already my best knight. Let's see how much more badass he becomes once we give him the armor of an emperor. He's going to gain 105 opinion. This is like the most glorious gift that anybody has ever received. 51 prowess. I think he's the most badass knight I've ever had. I mean, excluding some rulers that we've been and that have probably had better prowess than that. I mean, that's pretty dirty. 51 prowess. Not bad for a 58-year-old man. Most impressive. And I'm going to need him soon, because we're going to be fighting the White Rus. I do have a bit of stress, so I need a jester. This guy doesn't mind being a walking joke. He appreciates it. Let's hope he relieves some of my stress. Just want to stay on top of the language learning. I want to be a good dad. Got some more renown. Let's check our progress. Ooh, we're almost there. We're going to get our next legacy soon. My son Teddy came of age. I felt it safe enough to marry him off because he's just going to get disinherited. So it doesn't matter if I get him married, which I did. I betrothed him to somebody. Honestly, she is in my dynasty, but can we be honest? Like, pretty much everybody in the world is in my dynasty now. But she's in a cadet branch, so she's a distant relative. She's like an extended relative. And now she's a jester, apparently. But I got him betrothed. I felt it safe enough to get him married because he's being disinherited. And then son number 3 will hopefully accept taking the vows. That's how we're going to manage our line of succession. At least that's the plan. And I'm not allowed to let this marriage go through for some reason. She's being held hostage. No! Well, there's nothing really I can do about that. Somebody's plotting against my realm priest. Somebody's trying to fabricate a hook against him. Okay, there's nobody's trying to murder him. Nobody's allowed to murder my realm priest except me. I'm the only one who's allowed to do that. When they're not up to snuff, then they get married. Or then they get murdered, not married. Can't even speak. We're about to get our next our first intrigue perk. A piece of junk in my junk drawer is about to decay. That's fine. Don't care. Did I mention this already? I'm so scatterbrained. I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody that's been supporting the channel, by the way. We're almost up to 1,100 subscribers. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys so much for that. I can't believe I have that many so far. Prague's Lament. We need those resources for the troops. If one small village in Prague has to starve. The heated argument between my counselors follows me out of the room. And Hrabis, the representative from Prague, greets me with tired eyes as I approach. We can get some intrigue lifestyle. I'll definitely take the intrigue lifestyle. Oh, yeah, but anyway, guys, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, everybody. Help us get to 1,100 subs. So we got our next legacy. We're going to go down the erudition. I asked for your opinion, guys, and nobody got back to me. Nobody gave me an opinion. So we're just doing what I want. We're getting into the erudition line. We're going to start going down this legacy tree. Nobody gave me any input, so I'm like, screw it. I'll do what I want. I'm the Liege Lord. I just got some additional taxes. Nice. I was just overwhelmed by stress. Guilt and shame have been plaguing me as of late. All of my sins, my flaws, and my failings. These dark thoughts distract me from my responsibilities and keep me awake at night. I feel like I must do something to put an end to this mental anguish, but what could I do to possibly help? I've said on many occasions that becoming a flagellant is probably one of the better ones, because if you have a really good physician, the worst that can happen is that you just like hurt yourself. It does give you a minor health penalty, or a tiny health penalty, and it reduces your prowess by 2. But I'm willing to bet that I'm just gonna take the stress, and we can just do something to relieve stress. Let's have a feast or something. While we're waiting for these claims, and while we're waiting for these intrigue lifestyle perks, let's relieve some stress and host a feast. My son Teddy can be my caravan master. I'm going to see if we can befriend anybody. Hopefully my Realm Priest is in here. There he is. Of course he's at the bottom, leaving me in suspense. We're going to try to befriend him. And everybody already loves me. I guess there's no need to do an honorary guest, but we have the option. Let's help somebody out. Duke Frantisek? Longsword of Holstein? He's a little old. Let's do this kid. Gotta wait for him to show up. He's like, oh my god, I gotta entertain this idiot. Yes, Freddy, you do. You need to relieve some stress, my friend. We're up to 415 gold every month. And now we can declare this war. Now the question's going to be, where do we start fabricating claims next? I really want to put off the war with the Byzantines for as long as I can, because it's going to come down to just 2 wars that we're going to be fighting all the time. The Byzantines and Karelia. We're just going to be constantly fighting wars with the 2 of them. Let's do Venice. Let's start taking apart Venice. We need all of this. Yep. So let's declare war. We can do that while we're at a feast, right? No. Or once the feast is over, we'll declare this war. I'll get my flag ready. I'm gonna check their alliances. They have no alliances. Perfect. The guests are gathered in the Great Hall, lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright and the spirits are high as the feast begins. It's taken much of the evening to get myself close to Harabis without making it feel forced. After all, the best friendships are natural, and I want him to think this is spontaneous. By St. Matthew, extols my maybe friend, barely disguising a belch. That was a heavy course, and so soon after the last weighty one, it simply sits too heavily in the stomach. I simply cannot believe that the servants expect to keep serving their master working this poorly. Diplomacy challenge, 47% chance that we become friends just immediately. I'm gonna get some help from my wife. Is that gonna help a little bit? Nope. Damn it, we only became closer to becoming friends. I have barely managed to sit down in my seat when I hear a howl emanating from Countess Dengo. It would seem that she and Mayor Vasilisa have really gotten into it, as Denigal is receiving a proper woman handling from catfight. Too late, I realize their martial dance has paved its way straight through the magnificent crown. What? They're fighting and they knocked over my crown, the one that I have on display. I motioned for my guards to separate the two, hissing and clawing at one another. Yeah, there you go. There's the cat analogy, or the cat metaphors. The duo is presented in front of me, all while throwing blame on one another for starting the fight. I lose some dread. I don't think I have any dread to begin with. But they grow closer to forming a rivalry. Let's do this one. We'll be benevolent, even though we're going to try to murder some people soon. The great table seating the upper nobility on the dais gave a loud crack. A moment later, it gave in under the weight of food and gilded decoration. As my most distinguished guest and I had to be fitted among the lower nobility, I ended up close to my patriarch, Rebis. Count Jaromir took it poorly, however, and told everyone it was a grave injustice to be seated with lords and ladies barely better than commoners, better than peasants, smelly peasants. Acting quite the opposite, Duchess Sarka displayed grace and humility among her lessers. Rebis and I ended up talking all evening, and it agreed it should be not the last time we feasted and laughed in each other's company, so we became friends. Success. Success. Excellent. That'll speed up all the claim fabricating that we have to do, now that we're friends with him. The intent changed to recreation. Ah, is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting while flickering torchlight plays off every wall. Light bouncing like laughter around the hall. Of course, I'm not too keen on the elaborate dishes, but I can enjoy a fine company and good spirits while nibbling on my hunk of bread. Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things. 115 stress loss. Yes. So mission accomplished. Both missions accomplished. Relieved all that stress and befriended my realm priest. As my guests leave, they seem to depart in good spirits. I am also relieved to see that Baroness Wilhelmina does not depart without saying farewell. The scarred-faced woman, so it looks like she fought a werewolf or something. What a woman. So this is when we're doing the toast. Are we going to toast our guest of honor? Let's do that. Every courtly vassal got some opinion. Every non-courtly vassal gained some opinion. Very nice. Great feast. It's time for war. No more messing around and partying, Freddy. Now it's time to get back to work. They only have 1,900 men. All we have to raise up is our men-at-arms. That's all we'll need. Whoops. I inherited some armor? That's actually pretty good. This guy's my rival, and I want to try to bury the hatchet. And I'm not 100% sure if we've given him armor or not, but I'm willing to bet that the armor that I'm about to give him is better than any armor we might have previously given him. So I'm willing to take the chance. But the other thing that's going to accomplish is increasing his opinion. Maybe we can bury the hatchet soon. I don't want to have rivals. Yeah, his prowess did go up, so the armor did help him. He's the president of the Freddie Mercury fan club. He can't be my rival. Come on, man. Let's bury the hatchet. I hope we bury the hatchet soon. Because apparently he's not my biggest fan. We just captured somebody really valuable. So we're going to have some land to give away. We're holding on to these three, so I need to just make a mental note. I don't want to give these away. We want to give away all of this. None of these counties are doubled up. That's good. Now, I think some of this was a part of a duchy that we're already in the progress of making, so let's start here. Let's give these away. And we'll give a duchy to a dynasty member. We're going to give a few duchies away to a dynasty member. That's one. Minsk is another duchy that we're in the progress of making and getting this one finished it. So I'll give that away. I hope this is a dynasty member. Did we do it right? Yep, we did. So he gets a duchy too. So that's two duchies, and the last one is this one, which is the biggest one. That all end in SK. Pinsk, Kletsk, Slutsk, and Babriusk. Which one's the duchy capital? Oh, Pinsk? Okay. Slutsk. A nephew? Sure. Is it everything? It's everything. I can create the Kingdom of White Rus. Did I give this? No. The de jure capital of this kingdom is being ruled by one of the people that I just made a vassal contract with and got them into my realm. They're not a part of my dynasty. And technically, he's not even the de jure king of White Rusk. He only has this piece of land here. He's only the de jure ruler of Polaka, so technically, he should be the vassal of the king. Oh, no, he would be the king. Technically, he has the de jure capital of this kingdom. Most of his land is in Novgorod. I won't worry about this. I would have liked to have created this kingdom, but I don't have to. This isn't a dynasty member. There's a court situation. My realm priest, what's happening? Burp. As the loud belch echoes through the dining hall, all conversation abruptly ceases. My friend Hrabis pats his stomach and grins. Ah, better out than in, my dad always said. Various courtiers exchange incredulous glances before my kinswoman, Vladislava, looks directly at me and exclaims, "My emperor, that was wholly inappropriate. Certainly you must agree." No, I just became friends with this guy. Rabis is a man of God. Let us treat him as such. So he burped. So what? Have a sense of humor. This dude still isn't married. And I wonder why that is. But this marriage is now locked in. The ruler of Africa can't cancel this betrothal anymore. It's too late. The marriage went through. So that makes it even more imperative to get this guy murdered. We're just still not ready. We still need 2 more perks. Let's check our East Francia one now. This kid is betrothed. So that means when he becomes 16, he's going to start having children. It helps that he's sterile. It's going to decrease the odds of him having children. But I guess it kind of gets canceled out by handsome. We just don't want him to have kids and screw this up. So we need to murder him soon. He's actually top priority because he's already betrothed. This guy just isn't doing anything. He's not getting married or anything. I'm going to actually pin this guy. I'm going to pin them both. Let's get these perks, Freddy. We need to murder these people. Time's running out. We're burying the hatchet with somebody. Emperor Freddy. We've had our differences in the past, but don't you agree? It's time to let bygones be bygones. Yes. My niece Privislava gestures from me to her. Whatever's between us, let us start anew. That gets rid of one of my rivalries. Alright, thank you. Challenge for an artifact. A non-lethal single combat will commence immediately. I'll just do it very quickly. You can read these if you want. I'm just going by the odds here. I'm just looking at the odds. Ooh, we get some stress relief. No. We want to win this. He's a little bit more... He's a little better dressed for this than I am. We won. Yes. Well done, Freddy. For a 60-year-old man, well done. We don't have an antiquarian. I've been on speed 5 most of the time, so a lot of things are happening, and I'm not keeping up with it. We need a high-almeter. We need an antiquarian. We need a master of horse. I wouldn't mind a food taster either. And we'll grab another bodyguard as well. Wait a minute. This is the this is one of the heirs of Africa. He's in my court. I thought my daughter might have gone to him. But I mean, that's okay. He's just going to be in our court while we murder his brother. Let's make Wealth our bodyguard. Gout-ridden. Time for treatment. We can try to treat our gout again. If we do no more than what is necessary, we're just going to probably have reduced symptoms. It's not going to get rid of our gout. If we just take a huge risk, she's most likely going to cut off one of our limbs. But there's a third option, a mystic treatment. The result of strange rituals may be miraculous, but could also drive you mad. That sounds actually funny. I want to try this. I want to try to actually get rid of this gout, so let's see if this works. Holy crap, it worked. What magical, mystical charlatanism did you perform that got rid of this? Zdenka had me undressed and massaged oil across my skin. Ooh. Never mind, I take back that ooh because she's my niece. I meant to say ew. When she slid her hand toward my most private place, her eyes seeking mine, I realized I wanted this. I nodded. Soon more hands joined Zdenka's. Smooth, calloused, wrinkled, slender, strong. When my knees buckled, they caught me, and I surrendered to their touch. When I awoke this morning, the aches and discomforts I haven't grown accustomed to were gone. Did she cure me? Apparently so, and it sounds like we had like an orgy or something. That doesn't sound very mystical. It just sounds like Freddy was in an orgy, and he got rid of his gout. He got rid of our gout. Holy crap. Who knew? Who knew orgies could cure your gout? You just inherited something? This right here is a duchy with only one county in it. It's like one of the weakest duchies I've ever seen. I'm going to give this to a dynasty member because they are going to be a duke. You have an illegitimate bastard. I'm going to legitimize him and land him. He's a little deceitful. Crap, am I going to have to find him again? There he is. He is considered one of my dynasty members, and he's a duke, so good. Feudal favoritism. Duke Rajman has been silently seething all evening, but finally bursts as I reach for the sturgeon caviar. I simply cannot understand why you granted the county of... Oh, see, I'm already getting heat for this. These lands by rights belong to me. No. No, that's not true. This is a separate duchy to yours. You're the Duke of Lower Bosnia. These are your de jure lands. This is outside of your de jure land. So no, he's wrong. By law, he's wrong. Do not question my decisions again. We grow closer to forming a rivalry with him. He didn't become our rival. That's what matters. Good. He was wrong. We can all look at it. Separate duchy. If he was a king or something and he was claiming that this duchy was a part of his kingdom, like if he was the king of Temes and he was complaining that he didn't have this as part of his rightful lands, he would be right. But no, he's just a duke. So shut up. Shut up. I haven't even created that kingdom yet. Technically, the kingdom capital is outside of what we own already. Byzantines hold it. I lost one of my artificers. Crap. This is what I was afraid of. She's carrying something. No, I'm very disappointed. That means we would have to do 2 murders. So that's just going to make things more complicated if she has a son. It's still possible. We can still fix the problem. It's just getting more complicated. Let's hope she has a daughter. But I guess technically, let's see if it's male preference. Let's check it there. Let's look at their succession laws. Succession law. Male preference, Confederate partition. What we care about is male preference. Now, if I'm assuming this right, if he has a daughter, technically when he inherits whatever he's going to inherit, and he only has a daughter, she will get everything. It's male preference. Women aren't completely excluded from inheriting titles. So it looks like I'm going to have to murder whatever the kid is. Whatever the kid turns out to be. Actually, hold on. I could be wrong about that. I'm sorry, everybody. I might be misspeaking. I'm just thinking about it. Superstitious mind. The last time I saw Lambert, he was surreptitiously getting rid of my yellow hat. Another superstitious person that we can try to convince to not be superstitious. Only 52% chance. Oh, wifey. Can you help me out a little bit? 64. We persuaded him. Thank you, wifey. Mwah. I love you. We haven't even gotten the 3 perks yet. Let's see what the murder chances are, even though we've only gotten this one and we haven't gotten this one. Let's check it out. Says I would prefer to murder this guy sooner rather than later. 95%, so the highest chance is possible. We're doing it. Just for a little help, we're going to put our spy master on support schemes, and we're going to put our wife on court intrigue. It stressed us out a little bit because we're just, but that's okay. Freddy, these murders need to happen. Wow, really? We're getting the nickname The Honorable right when we just started planning a murder. My kinsmen have heard... My kinsmen, have you heard what they call you? My kinsman Kostelov says to me while tossing a coin, they call you Emperor Freddy the Honorable. When a deal is struck, when your word is given, you can be trusted to hold to it as strongly as steel. Spectacular, is it not? It's on the lips of peasants and nobles alike. I'll take it. Now let's murder somebody. An exotic carpet, plush, vibrant, and soft as the first light of dawn. A merchant presents me with an exquisite carpet in hopes of good future relations. As I marvel at the fine weave, I am struck by a thought. Wouldn't a carpet like this muffle the treading of feet? Even conceal the steps of a bumbling agent? I can try to improve the chances of this scheme happening. He becomes extra vigilant if he declines it. Let's try it. He suspects something is off. Crap. The odds are still pretty good. I won't hire an agent unless the success chance drops. Because I'd rather not have any loose ends. People that know about the scheme. So we're just going to try this as best we can. Oh no, we already have 4 agents that joined us willingly. Okay. I guess that's good. Experimentation. I offer Vladislava my sincere thanks as she stares angrily at me through a haze of alchemy. It was not easy to find someone to volunteer to test my collection of substances. For her, it has been an evening of pain, burning sensations, and occasional unconsciousness. We're experimenting on one of our dynasty members. Hostile scheme power +5 for 10 years. But she loses some opinion. I'll give her a gift. Even though she doesn't need it, she still loves me, but let's show her there's no hard feelings. We just lost our spy master. I really hope that didn't affect our murder scheme too much. We're still okay. Let's see what she gave birth to. She gave birth to a daughter. So we'll check the line of succession once we murder him. Let's see if she is still the heir to anything. We can check. Either she's gonna get those inheritances, or it's gonna pass to her uncle, who we actually want it to go to. Sorry that I'm so unsure. I should know by now, but I never want to say something and then look like a fool afterwards. But it's not a big deal. Even if it doesn't work out the way we want it to, we can just murder somebody else. Murder, in this case, solves all problems. One of the cities that I sanctioned being built is done. Nice. You have a groveling session. Let's take care of this one. I've got some murdering to do, Freddy. Let's get through with this. Countess Fevron... Countess Fevronia and her liege approach cautiously, wary of the assembled court. My lord, I am sure someone in the Empire is trying to harm my liege. I have no evidence, but suspect Count Mistidruda... Oh my god. Count M, given his reputation for villainy, comes for Count Zidislav's throat. I beg you, imprison Mr. M here and put a stop to this madness. I'll question him. He denies any involvement. The air is thick with anticipation as my vassal Mayor Niusa approaches me. My lord, I come with grave news, but with a solution to fix this problem. It's become increasingly clear that the Franconians and Czechs are becoming more, perhaps even too similar. I'm going to go with the option that gives us the most prestige. We're not a living legend yet, and I want to be a living legend. Let's host a festival to celebrate our rich Czech culture. We're almost there. They're hanging us, hounding us. We could keep order, my lord. Please, we can organize ourselves without all the death. A peasant woman from the county of Novogrudok, an area plagued by unrest, held by my nephew-in-law, Duke Janek, assures me that control can be restored without undue bloodshed. Just give her some money and tell her to get out. Yeah. Money is the solution. Oh, I can negotiate some alliances? Alright, so here we go. My agents have scheduled a journey for Prince Antalos, which will take them through dark woods. All that is missing is the band of thugs that will tragically slay him in a highway robbery gone wrong. 95% chance. Look at his face. He's dead. We got him. Okay, let's check. He's the heir, so the guy that we wanted to become the heir is the heir now. So I was wrong. It didn't go to her. She did get something. She became a countess. Oh no, she became a baron. She's a mayor. She's a 0-year-old mayor. Okay, so the guy that we wanted to get the throne, he is married. They're married now. So there's no betrothal for the AI to cancel. So we nabbed Africa. It's set in stone. The only thing is that they have to have children. They have to start having boys. So there we go. We got Italy. Well, let's check East Francia now. We've got 2 more years until they get married, so we might want to get this murder done. We would have to wait 10 years for them to get betrothed in order to be assured that the marriage goes through. So there's a chance that the AI could cancel this betrothal after I murder this guy. But I don't think we have 10 years. I can't wait 10 years for these two to get married, because by then they might have had children. And I haven't gotten my next perk yet. I'll let him live until I get my next perk. We're halfway to that. Some more renown. already halfway to our next legacy. Which is insane. A new cadet branch? How many does that make? 27 cadet branches. 28 houses, including ours. So 27 cadet branches. Look how much our dynasty has spread. Our dynasty owns the world. One more claim and we can fight Venice. We are running a little low on time. We're almost to an hour, but I think we're going to have enough time to fight Venice for the first time. We have to fight them again. We might actually only have to fight them twice. Because once we get all this, we can fabricate claims against these. Yes. So 2 wars against Venice, and then we'll never have to fight them again. My youngest son wants to be just. Okay. Attaboy. Tidbits from far away. Visiting the local market, a merchant from a faraway land catches my attention. Come closer, my lord. Marvel at treasures never before seen in these lands. I had to blend into the populace to get these beauties out. Truly a harrowing experience. This merchant might have more to give me than marvels from afar. Hostile scheme resistance. But I can get some intrigue lifestyle experience. Because of my high diplomacy, I can do this for free. I could have gotten the same result by spending some money, but this one's going to be free. I'll take it. How close are we to our next perk? We're almost there. Another poem. Men not fear as lives depart, provided they leave behind them art. And when their final hour nears, wonder will life echo through the years. Yes, is my answer. I can vassalize this guy if I want to. Okay, why not? Why not? I don't need him as part of my Slavia title. But let's get some more land for free. A perfect grandson. Okay, we're almost to our next perk, and then we're going to try another murder. Was one of my courtiers, did he have smallpox or something? Is that what I just saw? I just want to make sure that guy's not in my court. He isn't. Okay. Let's see if my youngest son will be willing to take the vows. He would. I'm not going to do it right now. Now, somebody wanted one of my younger sons to take the throne, but I don't really have to do that. I want to give it to my first son. I like my first son. And we're a good age from each other. It's not like he's too old or anything. I really want to give it to my first son. I like my first son. Even though his name is misspelled, and I need to fix that, but I can't fix it until I take control of him. But my youngest son is willing to do it. We'll wait until he's an adult. There we go. Let's go and fight Venice. Quickly. I think we're going to finally start fabricating claims against the Byzantines. Now, this should be easy. I don't think he has any allies. He doesn't. He only has enemies that he has truces with. A job done right, finally. %. We have to put our spy master on support schemes and our wife on court intrigue. $81.95, and I might be able to hire an agent. I'm about to have a mental break. I can hire 8 agents. Let's get one. Since we are nearing the end here, I know I have a lot of stress. I think we'll start the next episode, and I'll take this decision a little bit more seriously, this meditate into collusion. We can relieve this stress, and we can do something we haven't done before. Like, we'll try it, because you travel if you're doing this, and some of the places are pretty far away to travel to. Like this place, it's all the way in the Ukraine. So we'll do that. I mean, technically it is in my realm now. But I'll save that for the next episode, and we'll relieve the stress then. For now, we're going to fight this war, get this murder done, and even if I have a mental break, it's okay. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. Executions could be better. The condemned thief jerks at the end of a rope and then goes still. The crowd of commoners mutters their approval and begins to disperse. But where is the cheering, the groaning, the terror? I could improve public executions in the county of Prague with one simple change. More of them. County of Prague gains harsh justice for 10 years. And I get some more intrigue lifestyle. Mandatory execution attendance? Let's do this one. Let's do mandatory execution attendance. I'm still going to lose 450 gold, but this one improves the public opinion, whereas this one gives me control growth, but we've never had control issues in Prague. We've never had that. So let's do this one. Let's improve the public order. The people of Prague tremble before justice. Come on, Jester. Where are you? Why aren't you doing your job? slacking off. Let's fight. Let's fight a battle. While they all just come and suicide against my army piecemeal. So there we go. Finally, we buried the hatchet with our last rival. No more rivals. And we just entered a new cultural era, so we can start researching new innovations. Yes. Domain limit +1? Ooh. More men-at-arms regiments, another regiment, and then I can increase all my current regiments by 5. Or do I want to get cannons? Primogeniture would settle our line of succession problems, because only one son would inherit everything. So this last era, the late medieval era, is pretty great. Let's do... I'm going to do court officials. I want to get another domain limit. And we already got scientific in preparation for this. Somebody just gave me a skull goblet. Apparently the fortification level in Venice is pretty high. It's taken us a bit. A birthday party. I could still use a better trinket. I will never get something good from a birthday party that's as good as what we've got here. See? I became friends with one of my sons. This is the son that I want to ask to take the vows, so now that we're friends, he might do it. My vassal Duke Zygmunt has revealed a secret, my secret for the world to see. My unnatural lust and uncontrollable desires are widely known. I am in the throes of ecstasy, aided by an animal skin, as my vassal Duke Zygmunt walks into the room. Horrified, he throws the door wide open. Emperor Freddy, what is the meaning? When did I become a deviant? And am I dumb, guys? When did I become a deviant? Or did I just become a deviant because that guy just exposed me for something? The only... all Catholics. And I didn't become a deviant because of a stress out problem. My stress is still below breaking point. Okay, so hey guys, didn't you know Freddy's a deviant now? Everybody still loves us. It didn't really affect us that much. Let's kill him. He survived. We're gonna try again. And now we're stressing out. Of course, all this stuff is happening at the end of the episode. I'll become a flagellant. Why not? We'll flagellate again. It gains local infiltrators, which is going to help a little bit. For 900 gold. Alright, lords and ladies, we're going to just end this war as soon as we can. And then we're going to wrap it up there, and then we'll find out next episode if this murder goes through. I thought for sure we were going to get it this time. The rise of the Mongols. Word has reached me that a new leader has risen up among the barbarian tribes of the distant steppes. This Khagan Temujin has declared himself ruler of the universe, Genghis Khan, and has sworn to conquer the entire world. He's not the first to make that threat, but the story goes that the Khagan rides at the head of a horde of invincible horsemen that cannot be killed. Immortals will put their name to the test. I'm going to take some stress for my son, just because we already relieved it all. Let's have him be generous. Unfortunately, they got that city back, but then we're going to get it right back again. Okay. Momentarily, we shall end this. We'll tell prisoners to get out, and then we'll end it. I'll deal with all this land, giving it all away. I'll do that between the episodes. But there we go. We grew actually quite a bit. We got land from Venice. We subsumed another vassal here. And we got some land in the Ukraine. And we got the White Rus, so we eliminated them. Now our realm is one contiguous, entity. It doesn't have any patches in it or anything. I mean, it's still weird looking, but at least it's a solid realm. Our realm is actually looking pretty cool now. I like how it spans Asia and Europe, too. I really like it. I like how our realm is looking now. So we took a lot of land. Let's disband. I'm very tempted to keep playing to see if this murder goes through, but I would have to let all of this go. Let's just wait, guys. I'm sorry, yeah, we're just gonna wait. I think I'm gonna end it right here. Let's take care of prisoners, though. Let's give everybody away. Or ransom everybody. So we're over by 6. But that's okay. I will take care of all of the domains between the episodes. We're not going to find out until we get our murder done until next episode, unfortunately. I thought we would have timed that, or this murder scheme would have ended at around the time this war ended. But it didn't work out that way. But that's okay, guys. We got a bunch more land. We are moving and grooving. We're going to finish our Dynasty of Many Crowns decision. We're going to have it locked in. So we pretty much don't have to worry about this unless something out of the ordinary happens, something unexpected happens, which you never know. But for now, Dynasty of Many Crowns is ready. The only thing we're doing now is trying to unite the Slavs, which is great. So, lords and ladies, this is where we're going to end it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Really hope you did. If you did, hit that thumbs up button down at the bottom. Let me know you guys appreciated this episode and that you guys had a good time. Let me know in the comments as well. And if you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, guys. Become an awesome lord or lady. Get us up to 1,100 subscribers, and then we can keep going, guys. This campaign is not over yet. We still got some more conquest to get and more decisions to make. Our realm looks so good. Anyway, lords and ladies, thank you for joining me. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Episode 57 will be coming at you soon. Hope to see you guys there. But until then, have a good one, guys.